Hello, my wonderful Capricorns. How are you going? Welcome to Vovo Tarot. My name is Joni Vovo, and I'm a drag performer based in Sydney's Inner West. I've been doing personal readings just privately for friends, and I thought, you know what, why not? I'll give it a go, put some general readings on the interwebs and just see how people respond to them. So lucky you, this is my fourth batch of doing videos. I'm generally trying to do 3 at a time. So this time round, I'm up to you, Capricorn. So like I said, this is a general reading. So take what resonates, and if the messages or stories don't quite fit, it just means that this reading isn't for you and it's for another Capricorn in the collective who's watching on. I'm using a standard rider weight deck today. And I'll be doing a Celtic cross, which means we'll look at your current energies, the past, what's coming up next, what's known to you and sitting in your conscious mind, what's unknown and sitting in the unconscious. We'll look at advice, external influences, hopes and fears, and then the potential outcome. And just to say, you do have free will. So even though we look at the future and what's coming up and what the outcome might be, just take all this as a chance for you to have more clarity about your situation so you can make your own choices. All right, well, let's jump in. I'll just give it one more shuffle. And here we go. Current situation, cross energy, past, what's coming, what's known, what's unknown, advice, external factors, hopes and fears, and the final outcome. And I might pull some clarifiers as we go if I feel like we need to dive in a little deeper to any of the cards. All right, so let's look at your current situation. And we've got the Three of Cups upside down. All right, so the Three of Cups, you can see these people are just living their best. Like they're basically just partying and having fun. So it's very much this just light-hearted energy of being amongst friends, family, community, just living it up and not having a care in the world and just really having those good connections. So we started with it upside down. So you might feel at the moment you're struggling to either connect with people or find the right spaces, find the right communities, or maybe when you meet up with people, it's all a bit serious. You know, maybe you're just hanging out with work colleagues and it's all, you know, just eye on the task and getting shit done. So yeah, this is where you're currently at. Maybe you're wanting to just loosen up a bit and have a bit more fun, and you're not quite finding the right opportunities for it at the moment. Okay, so let's look at the immediate past. And so we've got, oh, okay. So the Three of Swords is very much about heartbreak. Could be romantic, could be falling out with a friend, family, or it could even just be if there was something that you were really pouring all of your energy and heart into and it just didn't turn out the way that you expected or were hoping. That's really rough. Okay, well, I can see then if this is where you've been, often when we go through these moments, we do end up becoming a bit of a recluse because we need that time to grieve and to process and to mourn. And I guess perhaps you're at this stage where you're wanting to venture back out. You know, you've spent this time out and you're like, all right, I need to get back out there. I need to connect with people, I need to live my life. And I can see you're kind of at that crossing point, moving from like one chapter to this chapter, trying to get back out there and, you know, just live life, have fun and connect with people. All right, that's really rough. So let's keep going. So what's coming up next? We've got, okay, that's quite interesting. So we've gone from the Three of Cups to the Three of Pentacles. So they're both about groups of people, where Three of Cups is more about play and fun. Three of Pentacles is more about teamwork. So maybe you're doing what a lot of us do when there's something difficult going on in your life, you throw yourself into work. So maybe at the moment, the connections that you have are with your peers and colleagues. And, you know, having that context, maybe it's taking your taking your mind off you know, the difficulties from the past, and you're just able to go to work, get the job done, have, you know, reasonably good interactions with your co-workers, and, you know, at the end of the day, you can leave, go home, and that's it. So maybe that's where you're at the moment. Just, you know, go to work, do the job, hang out with people, go home. Simple, easy, self-contained, done. All right. So we're going to look at the cross energy now, and the cross energy might be a problem you're facing, area of growth, lessons you're learning, wisdom that you're gaining. It's just sort of what's the challenge that's coming at you at the moment. So you've got, okay, all right. So we've got the Tower. And the Tower is usually, upright, is usually some, you know, big external shift where things shift or change unexpectedly or from something external. And it's usually an opportunity for us to, I hate saying this, but it's usually a growth opportunity where we may have invested all of our time and energy and identity into something, and then suddenly that something shifts or moves or gets taken away. And, you know, it's an opportunity for us to, it's difficult to say, it's an opportunity for us to fall apart, put ourselves back together. But when we put ourselves back together, we're able to create something bigger and more expansive. You know, again, difficult to say, but it's an opportunity for growth. So it was upside down, which can mean two things. It can either mean that there was some big change that you were able to foresee and you were able to take steps beforehand so that it wasn't this big cataclysmic event, that, you know, you could adapt and respond and you avoided catastrophe. Or, which maybe makes more sense for this situation, it means you're coming out of a Tower moment. Maybe this Tower moment was in the past. And so, you know, you can look back and be like, wow, things really shifted and changed a lot. So hopefully it means you've got a bit more perspective. You're going through that process of recreating your foundation, putting yourself back together and looking for what's next. You know, what's the bigger truth, bigger life. You know, if this wasn't where I was meant to be and it had to fall away, where am I meant to be? What's next? What's for me? What's coming? Okay. How you doing? That's a lot. All right. So let's look at what's sitting in your conscious mind. So what's known to you about the situation? If I can pick up the card, we've got, the Knight of Wands. Okay. So this might be you. So knights are all about action. So they're fast moving. And the Knight of Wands, so wands are all about growth and manifestation and opportunities and your own self-power and being able to go out into the world, have influence and create effect and impact and manifest, all those wonderful things. So this might be you. You might be at a place where you're like, okay, right, I know it's behind me and it's time to get back out there. So I'm going to put myself out there, find new opportunities, you know, put my hand to all sorts of different things, give all sorts of different things a go and just experiment, explore, be adventurous. And I guess that's really wonderful if you're at this stage where you're putting yourself back out there again. And that was kind of our starting point with the inverse Three of Cups. It's like, well, I know I need to get back out there. I need to find new connections, new opportunities. So you're kind of going, if I can say it, I'm just gonna say it. So you're kind of going balls to the wall, just, you know, I'm gonna try everything, get out there and just live my life. And that's really wonderful. All right, let's look at what's sitting in the subconscious or what's unknown. And we've got, okay, if I can read, the Wheel of Fortune, inverted. So the Wheel of Fortune is basically karma. karma is a word that gets bandied around a lot. I think the easiest way I like to think of it is lessons. So if there's something that you need to learn or understand or grow in, it's really it's really rough, but it's like we keep getting into the same situations until we learn what we need to learn. And then once we've found that understanding and had that growth, then we can move out of that cycle and then move on to whatever it is we need to learn and face next. So it's upside down, which can have two meanings. I think I know which one it is for this. One meaning is that you're resisting that learning. I don't feel that's you. I feel that this means you're at the end of this lesson. You've learnt it. You've learnt whatever you had to do in this cycle. It's done. It's done, and you're ready to move on to the next chapter. That's really cool. All right, let's look at advice. And we've got Queen of Cups. That's awesome. I think this is you. So Queen of Cups has done a lot of introspective work. She is very in tune with what's going on in here. She has all sorts of wonderful depths of, emotional experiences, all sorts of complex understandings about, the human heart. But you can see here, she's pretty peaceful. It's kind of like she's worked through it all, processed all these things, and can kind of see it with, I guess, gentleness and compassion. And I think this is you. I think you've done a lot of processing and you're in a good place. Your cup probably has all sorts of things in it from the past. But, you can sit here in this peaceful position and look at it and, I guess, just have compassion for it and know what, you've learned from all of these experiences. It also means that, look at the size of that cup. It's a freaking big cup. So she has a lot of capacity. So even if she's gone through a lot, she has a lot of capacity for, for herself, to give to herself and also to give outwardly to others. So I think that's really wonderful. All right, what's next? Remind me. External factors. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles. Interesting. So the King of Pentacles, Pentacles are to do with the material world, wealth, work, property, possessions, your bank account. It's all just to do with the hard work that we do with our hands and then the tangible gain that we get from it. So the King of Pentacles, you can see he's decked out in this pretty fancy robe. So he's worked hard and he's kind of just sitting pretty. He's set up and established. Nothing to stress or worry about. He's done the hard work and he's created all this abundance for himself. So this is an external factor. So perhaps this is someone in your life who could be a few things. Could be someone who could provide for you. I don't know, maybe it's an employer, maybe it could be romantic, maybe you're going to meet someone who's done a lot of work and they're in a good place. And, I said there was a lot of abundance here and there's a lot of abundance here, so that could be a good meeting. Both people have a lot to give. But, take what resonates for you. Maybe this is going to be some awesome employer who's going to see your worth and pay you well for what you're worth. Maybe this is, I don't know, a family member. Maybe there's a lot of abundance in your family that is there to be shared. Take it as it resonates. Okay. Hopes and fears. Okay, I see. So this is very much... My cat is clawing at the door. One moment. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on. Okay, we're back. So this is a card of disappointment. So you can see here, this person is very much fixated on these 3 cups that have spilt. So there's been loss, there's been pain, there's been maybe regret, and they're very much fixated on what's gone wrong or what they've lost. And you can see here, there's still 2 full cups upright and standing behind them, but they can't see them. They've got their back turned to them because this is all they can focus on. And also to say, they're standing right next to a river, and there's also this like castle in the background with a bridge to it. But you know, they don't see any of that going on. They're just focused on these 3 spilt cups. So hopes and fears, and this was upside down. I would say your hopes and fears are possibly that you're going to get disappointed again. Or it might be that you're finding it difficult to have closure and move on. Take it whichever way resonates. So I would dare say you're hoping for the best. You're hoping for things to go well, and for, you know, the disappointment to be in the past, and whatever's coming to you next will be wonderful and abundant. And that's hard. You know, there's no guarantee in life, right? You know, I suppose we learn to open our heart for the potential of wonderful things, knowing that there might be disappointment again. So yeah, I think this is what you're currently trying to process and work through. But I dare say good things are coming, because this Tower moment's done. It's done. And you've learnt the lesson. Whatever it was, this chapter is closed as well. And you figured things out, and there's going to be opportunities of abundance coming your way. So while it might be difficult to open up to new opportunities, I think you can do it. All right, last card, final outcome. That's good. Okay, so Page of Cups. Maybe this is your energy. The Page of Cups, pages are, you know, out of pages, queens, kings, and knights, they're the most open. They're, in a sense, they go into things quite innocently, because they're open to learn, open for new experiences, open for new opportunities. And in the Cups realm, that's to do with, you know, something that is very satisfying, very emotionally satisfying. And you can see here, there's a fish popping out of the cup. So there's a bit of an element of surprise to it, that anything could happen. That, you know, if you're open, you never know what's going to come your way. It could be absolutely anything. And it could go wonderfully well. Cool. All right, well, I think I'm going to leave it there. So, like I said, my name's Joni Vovo. I'm going to try and do these readings once a month. So if this reading resonated with you, hit the like button and hit subscribe, which just helps my channel. And feel free to leave comments. Happy for feedback, since I'm just starting out here on the interwebs. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.